Have you ever felt like just when you're about to reach your goal, life suddenly throws obstacles in your way? You work harder than ever, but things slow down. You feel doubt creeping in. Everything that once seemed stable begins to fall apart. And you ask yourself, why? Why does it feel like the moment you're closest to your dream, everything starts to test you? Is this a sign to quit, or is something bigger happening? What if I told you that this struggle is not a punishment, but preparation? That the universe isn't stopping you, it's making sure you're truly ready. Because before your reality changes, before you receive what you desire, you must first prove that you can handle it. So today, we're going to answer the questions that no one talks about. Why does the universe test you right before a major breakthrough? What kind of tests does it give you? And most importantly, how do you pass them? Because if you understand this, you'll never doubt your journey again. Stay with me. This might just change the way you see your entire life. Now let's move into Chapter 1, the hidden pattern of change. Chapter 1, the hidden pattern of change. Change is rarely gentle. When you ask for more in life, more success, more love, more purpose, you expect things to simply fall into place. But instead, life becomes chaotic. Opportunities seem to disappear. People start treating you differently. You feel moments of doubt, frustration, even exhaustion. It feels like the universe is pushing back. And this is where most people fail the test, because they don't recognize what's actually happening. But here's what you need to understand. Before your reality shifts, the universe must first shift you. And that transformation, it's never comfortable, because the person you are today cannot live in the reality you desire. A bigger life requires a stronger version of you, and strength is only built through resistance. That's why before the breakthrough, there's always a test. It's not a sign that things are going wrong. It's a sign that you are on the edge of something greater. The only question is, will you recognize it in time? Because if you don't, if you give in to fear, frustration, or self-doubt, you will turn back just before you cross the finish line. And that's exactly what the universe is testing. Now let's move into Chapter 2, the 3 types of universal tests. This is where you'll begin to see these patterns in your own life. Stay with me. This is important. Chapter 2, the 3 types of universal tests. Engage. You've ever felt stuck, like no matter how hard you try, something keeps blocking your path. Then you've already faced a universal test. These tests don't come in obvious ways. They don't announce themselves. But if you don't recognize them, they can trap you in the same cycle for years. So today, I'm going to reveal the 3 main types of tests the universe gives you before your life changes. And as you listen, I want you to ask yourself, which one am I facing right now? Test number 1, delays and obstacles, the waiting game. This is the most common test. You decide to change your life. You set a goal, you take action, and then nothing happens. Instead of doors opening, they stay shut. Instead of momentum, you hit setbacks, delays, unexpected problems. Everything feels like it's moving in slow motion, as if the universe is ignoring you. But here's the truth. It's not ignoring you, it's watching you. Because the moment you declare what you want, the universe asks, do you really want this? Or will you give up when it gets hard? This test is designed to filter out the weak from the truly committed. If you stop, it means your desire wasn't strong enough. But if you keep going, if you stay consistent even when nothing seems to be happening, that's when reality shifts. Because when the universe sees that you won't quit, the delay ends, and suddenly doors start flying open. Test number 2, emotional triggers, facing your demons. The second type of test is more personal and far more dangerous. This is when the universe brings back your deepest fears, insecurities, and wounds, just as you're about to level up. Have you ever noticed that right before something great happens, you feel self-doubt creeping in, old fears resurfacing, temptations pulling you off track? That's not random, it's a test. Because to step into a new life, you must first let go of the old version of yourself. And that version, It's going to fight for survival. You might suddenly start questioning yourself. Am I really good enough? What if I fail? What if people judge me? Or maybe old habits come back. You start procrastinating again. You start letting distractions pull you away. This is the universe's way of asking, are you truly ready for this? Or will your old patterns control you? Because if you don't defeat these emotional triggers, you'll repeat the same cycle again and again. But if you recognize the test and push through the discomfort, your old limitations lose power over you. And that's when real change happens. Test number 3, loss and letting go. The final goodbye. This is the hardest test of all, because sometimes before you step into a new reality, the universe takes something away. It might be a relationship that ends unexpectedly, a job or opportunity that disappears, a door that closes when you thought it was the right path. At first, it feels unfair. It feels like a punishment. But here's the truth. You cannot carry the past into your future. If something is leaving your life, it's because it no longer fits where you're going. But most people fail this test because they try to hold on. They beg for a second chance. They resist the change. They refuse to let go. And by doing so, they block what's meant for them. So the question the universe is really asking is this: do you trust me enough to let go so I can give you something better? Because once you surrender, once you accept that loss is just redirection, the next chapter begins. And that's where everything changes. Now that you know the 3 types of tests, let's go deeper. In the next chapter, we'll uncover why the universe tests you in the first place and how to pass these tests so you can reach the reality you desire. Chapter 3, Why the Universe Tests You. If you've made it this far, you already understand something most people never do. Struggle is not the enemy, it's the gatekeeper. But why does the universe test us at all? Why doesn't it just give us what we desire when we ask for it? The truth is both simple and profound. You are not just attracting a new reality. You are becoming the person who belongs in that reality. And before you can receive it, the universe must be sure of 3 things. 1, are you truly ready? Most people want success, love, happiness, freedom. But when they say, I want this, what they often mean is, I want this, if it's easy. The universe doesn't respond to wishful thinking. It responds to certainty, commitment, and action. So it tests you. It watches, do you stay committed when things don't go your way? Do you keep pushing forward when no one is watching? Do you believe in yourself even when nothing seems to be happening? Because if you can be shaken by minor struggles, you are not ready for major success. So the universe creates pressure, just enough to see what you're made of. It doesn't do this to punish you. It does this to prepare you. Can you handle the responsibility? Every new reality comes with new weight. You think you want more money? Now you must learn how to manage it. A better relationship? Now you must be emotionally mature enough to keep it. More freedom? Now you must handle the discipline that comes with it. A bigger life demands a stronger version of you. So the universe tests you by making you carry the weight of your new life before it fully arrives. That's why, just before the breakthrough, you feel like you have more pressure, more stress, more responsibility than ever. It's not because you're failing. It's because you're being stretched into your new self. Because if you can handle the test, you can handle the reward. 3, will you let go of who you used to be? This is the hardest truth of all. You cannot step into a new life while clinging to the old one. You say you want change. But are you willing to let go of the habits that keep you stuck? The beliefs that keep you small? The people who don't support your growth? Because the universe will test you by taking away the things that no longer serve you. It will force you to let go of comfort so you can grow into who you're meant to be. And most people fail because they hold on too tightly. They mistake loss for punishment. They see endings as failures. But in reality, every loss is making space for something greater. The hardest truth. So when you feel like everything is falling apart, when life feels impossible, when you wonder if you should just give up? Understand this. You are not being destroyed. You are being transformed. The version of you that started this journey is not the one who will finish it. You are shedding. You are evolving. You are becoming. And the moment you pass the test, when you prove that you are ready, strong, and willing to let go, that's when the shift happens. That's when your new reality finally arrives. In the next chapter, we'll reveal the secret to passing these tests, how to shift from frustration to empowerment so you can finally break through to the life you desire. Stay with me. This is where everything changes. Chapter 4, How to Pass the Universe's Tests. Now that you understand why the universe tests you, the most important question remains: how do you pass the test? How do you move from feeling stuck, frustrated, and lost to becoming strong, unshakable, and unstoppable? There are 3 key shifts you must make, 3 powerful mindset changes that will turn any test into a breakthrough. And once you understand them, nothing will ever hold you back again. 1. Stop asking why me and start asking, what is this teaching me? When obstacles show up, most people fall into the victim mindset. Why is this happening to me? Why is the universe making things so difficult? Maybe this is a sign I should quit. Wrong. This is not happening to you. This is happening for you. Every challenge carries a lesson. If you're facing delays, maybe the lesson is patience and trust. If you keep losing things, maybe the lesson is detachment and surrender. If old fears are resurfacing, maybe the lesson is self-mastery and courage. The universe is not punishing you, it is shaping you. And the faster you understand the lesson, the faster you pass the test. Shift from resistance to acceptance. Most people fail because they fight against the process. They resist change. They hold on to what's leaving. They try to force their way through, and that's why they stay stuck. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop fighting, things start flowing. Instead of forcing things to happen, trust divine timing. Instead of clinging to the past, surrender to what's coming next. Instead of resisting challenges, welcome them as your training ground. Because when you trust the process, you move through it with power, not fear. 3. Act as if you've already won. The final test is the hardest. Because before the universe gives you what you want, it will ask you to walk as if you already have it. It will ask you to have faith before you see results. Take action before you feel ready. Show up as your higher self before your reality changes. This is where most people quit. They wait for proof before they believe. They wait for results before they act. But that's not how manifestation works. The universe is waiting for you to prove your belief. And when you move with certainty, with conviction, with full trust, that's when everything shifts. The final test. So the next time you feel lost, stuck, or unsure, remember this. You are being tested because you are on the edge of something great. Instead of breaking under pressure, rise into it. Instead of asking, why is this happening? Ask, how can I grow from this? Instead of waiting for proof, become the proof. Because when you pass the test, you don't just change your reality, you change yourself. And that's when the universe gives you everything you've ever asked for. In the final chapter, we will talk about what happens after you pass the test, how your reality shifts, and why your new life will never look the same again. Stay with me. You're closer than you think. Chapter 5, The Reward, when your reality finally shifts. You've faced the tests, you've pushed through the resistance, you've let go of the past, and now something incredible happens. Your reality shifts. Not gradually, not little by little, suddenly. One day, everything feels difficult, uncertain, like you're walking through fog. And the next, the opportunity you were waiting for appears out of nowhere. The struggle that felt never-ending resolves itself effortlessly. The clarity, confidence, and success you desired arrive faster than you expected because you finally proved to the universe that you were ready. And the moment you reach this point, you realize something powerful. The universe was never against you. It was preparing you for everything you asked for. Why everything happened so fast after you passed the test? Many people wonder, if the universe was holding me back before, why is everything moving so quickly now? The answer is simple. You were never waiting on the universe. The universe was waiting on you, waiting for you to align with what you wanted, waiting for you to let go of the old, waiting for you to prove that you could handle what's next. And the moment you shift internally, your external world catches up instantly. The person you become is the real reward. But here's the most important truth. The real gift isn't just the success, the love, or the abundance you receive. The real gift is who you become in the process. You are no longer the same person who started this journey. You no longer break under pressure. You no longer question whether you are worthy. You no longer fear losing things that are meant to leave. Because you've seen the pattern, you understand the process now. And once you understand it, you can never unsee it. Every challenge becomes an invitation. Every obstacle becomes a test of growth. Every delay becomes proof that something better is coming. And with this mindset, you are unstoppable. Your new life begins now. So here you are. You've made it through the test. You are standing at the edge of a new reality. And now there's only one thing left to do. Step into it. Walk forward as if you already belong there. Because now you do. This is the truth about how the universe works. It doesn't punish. It doesn't block. It simply asks, are you ready? And once you say yes, once you prove it with action, faith, and resilience, the life you desire is already yours. Now I want to ask you, what test are you facing right now? What challenge is trying to prepare you for the next version of yourself? And now that you see it for what it truly is, how will you respond? If this resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're ready to pass your test, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep growing together. Because your new life, it's closer than you think.